Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Pravesh, and today I'm gonna teach you how to build uh, admin console panel using React.js and Tailwind. So let's start. We'll do this from scratch, so not to worry. Please follow me along. So, and I will possibly give you all the assets and all the file folder on GitHub, which will be shown on the link below. So let's create a folder over here. Say admin React admin console, and let's open it and open terminal inside. Now we'll use um, Visual Code for that now. So now this is the application Visual Code open. This is the folder opened in Visual Code Studio. We'll also bring this um, browser on the left so that we can see what we're building. So now let's start creating the React app now. So let's go to the terminal and in the console we'll type npx create React app to this folder itself. So let's first create the app. Let's wait while the application installs and creates. So in the meanwhile, I'll tell you why we are using Tailwind CSS, because that when you talk about creating a production application, you have to be uh, very reasonable while choosing a proper app framework as well as CSS style, so that once you start building the big app, the people should who are you can share the code and still people should be able to recall, and even it's good for you also, so that you can also build up from the code itself by just looking at it. So Tailwind is a very nice library to use. So yes, it seems like we have already uh, started. Now let's what we'll do is first we'll clean up the app. Let's run it and see if it's all working. So we have done npm start. I hope this is the simplest thing. Once you create a React app and possibly once it starts running, we will have. So yeah, it takes some times to compile the first time. Once it does, then we will be able to see the application running quite fast after that. So yes, now we can see over here that React app is about to run. Yeah, now you can see the application is up and running. So now let's install Tailwind. Uh, let's first clean out the app. Let's first clear out the React app. So go to index.js, delete these. We don't need them anyways. Then we will remove this. We'll save it. Then we'll go in the app.js, remove the logo as we don't need it. We will remove the header and yeah, and we'll save it. We will say hi, so that we know if we haven't deleted accidentally anything. So we will click on, we will delete all these files which are not, um, which we don't want to use because, so yes, now we have a cleaner file. We'll remove all these styles. We don't need these styles anymore. Let's go to index.css and possibly, yes, we don't, let's keep it for the time being. Let's keep it for the time being. So yes, now we are ready to basically start installing the Tailwind. So we go to the Tailwind CSS website and we will go to the docs and we will use this Tailwind using post CSS. So yes, let's open it and let's first close the running app. Then we'll just copy these, and once we run this, then we will use Tailwind CSS in it to initiate the config file. Now there should be two files that will be created. One is tailwind.config.js and there is postcss.config.js. So this is not created, so let's create it manually. And we'll just copy these and paste it over here, and then go to tailwind config.js and just copy these because this is where it will search for the files. And yeah, we'll use JSX, so just put that also in, and then go to index.css, copy these, go to index.css and on the top just paste these as is. So yes, it seems like we're complete, and let's for the sake of checking if it's all working, we will copy these and put it in app.js. We'll use this. Okay, so now we're done. So let's run npm start and hopefully now the app is working. Now you can see the Tailwind has this underline font bold text 3XL. You can put here 9XL and you can see the Tailwind is working properly. So yes guys, so now this is done. So you have a proper running app with Tailwind installed. Sorry. So now let's start building the application. So what we will do is, since we also let's also packageization, and we have, yeah, it seems like we are pretty good now. So let's start by building in the src folder. A new folder says components, components. In the components, let's create a new file called sidebar.jsx. So whenever you create components in React, make sure that it starts with capital letter, and we use this arrow function, and we have got this sidebar, so we can basically pull in over here. We can put fragment over here, and you can say sidebar. So now you can see the component sidebar is now available over here. So yeah, so let's now start working towards building up the sidebar. So we have the sidebar over here. Now let's create the div with the class name of flex, and then under this flex we can have another div. Okay, let's pull on the assets folder. So we have this assets folder over here, which we will pull in public. So this is going to be over here. Remove any other, clean up this file also. Okay, now remove these logos, we don't need them. Manifest.json also is not needed. You can remove the reference from here, and this also is not needed as such. So yes, now we have a working component. So now over here we will put we will have sidebar, sidebar, and then we have home page. So once you do that, they are site to site over here now, as you can see. So basically we have made the flex over here, so that's why they are by default they are aligning themselves side to side. Now we will do class name, in curly braces, backticks, we will say w dash 1 by 3 h hyphen screen padding 5 padding top 8 bg purple dash 900, and yes, see, now the sidebar is available over here, as you can see. Let's put an image in the sidebar. So img src assets slash control dot png. It's this image, you can find it over here. You can, the assets folder is all the user settings, logos, and all. This is a pretty standard icon library over here. You can use it from where this all links we will give you on. I'll give you on the GitHub page, so you can directly download and use it in your own project. So yes, okay. Now let's give it a class name, that takes, we can say absolute, so absolute border to rounded full cursor pointer minus right minus 3 top 9 with 7 border dash purple dash 900. And yes, so now if you see, the the button is on the rightmost of it. So what we can do is, um, on the top div we can say relative, and once we save it, it directly attaches to itself. So now the button is aligning itself on the edge of the menu, on the left menu. So yes, now what we have to do is, let's we have to make it open and close. Right now it's not opening and closing at all. So we will go to, and we will create a state, use state. Now this is a local state variable. I will definitely come up with a video on how to use the states. So we will say open, set open for the, this is array this is, yeah, array structuring, use state, and that's how we create a state. So now once the state is created, what you have to do is, if the state is, by default, let's make it false. Now in the, on the background section, what we have to do is, we have to put a curly braces method for the variable, where we will say if it's open, then we need to w dash 1 by 3, else w dash 20. So it is now closed because we have already given it as a false. Now to open it, we will say we will have to first create a on click event. So we will say on click and use arrow functions. Here we will say set open, and whatever is the old value, just negate it. So if we save now, it should be able to open and close. Yeah, so we are able to open and close. Now to make it a little animated, we can say duration 300. So if we put it on the, yeah, so now it's opening and closing with a little bit of animation. Now there's one more thing that we have to do is, since we have this small arrow needs to be inverted once we are done, once it is closed. So we will, on the image, on the image we will create a curly braces. We will write if not open, then rotate 180. So now if we see, so it is now facing this side, and if we, once we are closed, it is facing on the right side. Once you're open, it's facing on the left side. So now the arrow is almost complete. Now let's put a logo in. To put the logo in, we will use, the logo has to be inside, so we will put a div img src assets slash logo dot png. If you save it, you'll see a logo over here. Now what we have to do is, the logo is over here. Now we can say it as admin panel. To make it side by side, we again put flex here, so it will become side by side. We'll say items sand, and gap on x has to be 4. So yes, now admin panel is having a logo as well as a text. Now let's put this text on h1. Yes, so now we have a home page. We have a proper working home page with admin bar. So now what we need to do is, we need to say animate the logo. Last name. cursor. Sorry, we need to first put it in curly braces and then backticks, and then we'll say cursor dash pointer duration dash 500 to animate, and then once it's open, if it is open, rotate 360 degrees, and let's save and see. Yes, so now when you open and close, it will, the logo will animate. Meanwhile, when in the H1 you need to add class name. Again, we have to put curly braces. Here we have to have text Y, origin left, font medium, text medium, sorry, font text medium, duration that's 200, and curly braces. We say it's not open, scale to 0. Now if we click here, so it hides self, and once we click, the application opens, the slider opens. So now let's work on the menu items. So we will create an array of menus, say const menus is equal to an array. An array will be having title, dashboard, src, chart underscore fill. We'll just copy, paste, here, put comma. We have dashboard, then we have inbox, which will have a logo of chat. Then we have accounts, which will have a logo of calendar. Then we have search, which will have a logo of search. Then we have analytics, which will have a logo on chart. We'll copy a few more. Analytics. Then we have files, which will have folder source. Then we have settings, which will have setting as an icon. Now for accounts, we'll have one more field which will say gap true, and then we'll have the same in the files and folders, gap true. You see it? So these are all like menu items. We will we'll put more detail once we properly populate these items over here. So this will go just below the admin panel div, because this is the div for the sidebar. So in the sidebar itself, we will have a UL, which we can do class name parent top 6. Now we will put over here menus dot map, and inside this we'll have not put curly braces because we're going to return it directly using arrow function. So we will say a menu comma index. Now here we will say li, and li will have a key of index, and here we have menu dot title. So if you see, we can see all the menu items being displayed over here. Now let's move forward and style these items. So let's put it on another line. Now in the li we have key. Now we'll have class name. We'll have flex. We have rounded medium, padding 2, cursor pointer, on hover, bg dash light dash white, text dash white, text dash sm, items dash cell, gap dash x dash 4. And we will put on the basis if there's a menu gap, we will say if menu dot gap exists, Then margin top has to be 9, otherwise margin top has to be 2. And index triple equals 0, then bg dash white, bg dash light dash white. Now if we save it, since bg is not defined, now where is this error coming from? Line 54, 54, because it has to be like this. Sorry, that's my bad. So yeah, now we have a proper side icons available now. Now we have to put we have to show the images. So img src equals curly braces backticks, you say assets, then we have dollar curly braces menu dot src dot png, that's the extension of the images, and once you save it you will be able to see the images on the left. Now they're still open, so what we have to do is let's create a span over here and put the menu in the span, and in the span we'll say class name, again curly braces backticks, if not open then hidden, origin left, duration 200. Now if we save and if we click on it, so the icons are visible, and now you can see it's being hidden once you close the menu. So yes, now now in the next video we will talk about adding the React router DOM, as and then we will use the API to basically share the variables across the project. So basically it's like a context API we will use Jatoi. Jotai. Thank you.